I learned some pretty, had a lot of clarifying today and learned a tool today. I had a call with a brother where we discussed my highest self and what what does that look like in real life. And I had like these images of physical health, material wealth, I guess you could say. Not really in like money words, but like, having, I guess you could almost say stewardship over a piece of land, and just feeling like I have enough, really. And he asked me a very, he had me frame that in an interesting way, which I've been encountering this sort of like thought process. Another channel, Alex Hormozy, sort of, I mean, it's along the same lines, but basically he had me like, okay, so put yourself in the opposite state where you don't have the body that you want. You don't have the physical health. You don't have you don't have enough, let's say, resources, we could say. You don't have land, or like stewardship over a piece of land. And then asked me, like, where in my body is this sensation living? And normally when he asks these type of questions, I can point right to that. Like, oh, it's feels like this, feels like that. But this time I didn't really get much. It was, my whole body just kind of felt, normal, I guess. I didn't really notice anything particular. In my head, there was there's not really words to describe what I was feeling. There was like motion, there's some kind of movement up there, but nothing I could really put into words. But, like I mentioned, Alex Hormozy, he recently also talked about, in business, a tool he's used is, so asking yourself, and I believe he got this from Warren Buffett or I believe it was Charlie Munger, asking yourself, what could I do to, like, what is the most effective way I could destroy this business, right? Like, if my goal was to destroy my business, what steps would I take to destroy this business? And then once you have that list, do the opposite. So like, taking this approach of, here's the things I feel that my higher self is calling me, or like that, that's kind of how I envision my higher self, and then flipping that into, okay, so you don't feel that currently, or imagine you're back in that state where you don't feel that. What does, feel it? Feel it as vividly as possible. So that was interesting, and he challenged me to 15 minutes a day. I'm going to be doing that. I'm just going to do that until I need answers. Like, that is a question I need to be able to answer, and I need more time sitting with that. So I'm definitely going to be doing that. And I got some good books to start diving deeper into this realm of knowledge that the Sons of God community is sort of, it's like the pillars. We talk about the ideals, these pillars. Anyways, I want to use the term like elders, like there's a group of people who are they are recognized as like, okay, these are like the leaders of the community. And these, I don't know, the way I see it is like these people have a greater understanding of these pillars. But, and they present these pillars, and I believe them when they say these things, but like, it's my nature to ask, okay, where's this information coming from? Like, and I think that's how they ended up at that information in the first place. So like, I would like to touch this information for myself, really, because I'm sure there's some nuance in there. Not that they're leaving out, that just you have to witness firsthand to you just have to touch it yourself to really comprehend it. And there's quite a few things I've experienced like that as soon as I try to explain it, I get like maybe 5-10% of the value is transmuted or translated into what people understand, and most of it's just like you just have to, you gotta do it yourself. And that's okay. Honestly, that's a good thing. Knowing that, it's kind of nice, because otherwise there would be like the fact that that's like kind of a fundamental truth is nice, because otherwise, people could lean on others too much, and it would be a little bit justifiable. But in this way, like, it really does. If you're gonna be serious about evolution, about becoming your best self, you have to be the one that does it. So it's a beautiful thing. You get to do it, not you have to do it. You get to do it. You get to experience all of that. And the group just makes it so effortless in a like, what do I do kind of way. Obviously the actions themselves require motion, require action, they require some effort, but it's easy. It's much easier when you know what you're doing and why you're doing it. That's been my experience so far. And I don't think I can ever go back. This group is it's changing my life. I have no choice but to change. It's a beautiful thing. And we had a group call with a large portion of the server of the group, whatever you want to call it. And everyone was called to take one action that they were nervous to take this week, and my action was to not just talk with my father. It was it was just to say thank you for pushing me in the right direction, like a little nudge. And I did it today. It's good. I don't know, I'm just being, I guess, vulnerable, being real, something I'm not used to, so that feels scary. But every time I do it, it's a little less scary, which is good. I'm gonna keep doing it. And I would encourage everyone to do that as well. Just, fear is like a really good compass, I think, in a lot of ways. I'm sure that there are examples of fear which, don't use it as a compass. But I don't know, like when I say fear, using fear as a compass, it's like a very, it's clearly distinct compared to like, you know, fear of heights, right? Like you're like fear of falling, obviously. Don't do that intentionally, right? Like that's like, unless you have a parachute and you're skydiving, that's different, right? But you know, fear of, you know, if you're scared to talk to women or whatever, like I am, that fear is not going to be harmful. It may harm the ego, but only temporarily before it catches up and realizes it's okay. You know, you know what I'm talking about, basically. It's obvious what the difference is. So I'm just gonna keep doing more of that. Keep doing what my brothers are asking me to do, and just keep at it. I can't. I could, but I'm not gonna stop. Hope you have a good night.